Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teacher Talk, episode 33. I'm Carol Richards. Today, we're going to examine the idea of patterns in music and how allowing children to perform patterns, compose patterns, improvise with patterns, and talking about patterns will lead to conceptual learning. In one of the music for children workshops that Richard Gill ran, he talked about language and music. He said that speech rhymes are patterns of words and that music is patterns of sound. It's a different way of thinking about it. And it's a good one because we tend to talk in phrases, which is a very technical term for children. But the idea of a pattern of things happening in a certain way is a good one because the word pattern speaks of deliberate construction. Now, Music for Children is a book that contains many rhymes, songs, instrumental pieces, and exercises. And all of these champion patterns. The same pattern, a repeated pattern, ostinato, a similar pattern in which some parts are the same as another pattern, but some parts are different, and some different patterns. So a song or a speech rhyme or an instrumental piece might have a melody that's a pattern, the same pattern, a similar pattern, and a different pattern. All right, talking about these makes it easier for children to work out what a pattern is. Now, one of the examples I found in Music for Children is a speech rhyme called "The Campbells Are Coming." And it goes like this. Pattern 1, the Campbells are coming, yo-ho. And again, the Campbells are coming, yo-ho. So it's pattern 1, pattern 1. Next, the Campbells are coming, they're coming, Loch Lomond. Similar. The Campbells are coming, yo-ho. The same as pattern 1. So it becomes pattern 1, pattern 2, which is different but similar, and pattern 1. There are other songs that have different arrangements of patterns, and these are good for children to understand. Now, these pieces are examples. We don't have to play the things from the Music for Children books. We have to find repertoire that we can use in our classroom. The repertoire that we choose has to allow children to be able to perform it and to have some connection with it, or at least like it. So it has to appeal to them. And if you find a piece of repertoire where the patterns in the melody or in the accompaniments are very clear, those are good ones that help children understand the role of patterns in musical composition. So now let's look at a very simple piece that can be used for children to understand patterns in their playing and in their own compositions. It's called Rumba Rondo, and it's from Sketches in Style. So let's have a look at it and let's have a listen. Now, the melody has 3 patterns, and all of the accompanying parts are ostinatos or repeated patterns. Have a look. The melody uses the first 5 notes of the Aeolian scale. So it's pentachordal. It's easy to learn because the notes are next to each other. They move in steps. And they make a pattern that is repeated. So pattern 1, pattern 1 again, pattern 2, pattern 3. Students can learn this arrangement and become comfortable with the scale, which is simply, and the length of the patterns, which is 8 beats. Now, for the rondo section, for each episode, what we do a lot of the time is we say to children, here are your notes. Now just play something for 8 beats. And so the children will do all sorts of things. They just play, but there's very little discernment, I found, with my high school kids anyway. So I gave them a task. I let them play all together, but I said, you must choose some sounds and arrange them so that they sound good to you. To get the children really focused on patterns, I like to put them in groups of 4. And the first task is everyone has to make a pattern and then arrangement. So John plays his first, Mary plays her second, Fred plays his third, and Delilah plays hers fourth. So everyone plays the melody and so on. And then group 1 performs their 4. Excellent. Then everyone plays the melody again, and so on. Once they have worked out their patterns, we need to get the children to be a little bit more discerning. So one of the people in the group has to make their pattern sound like the finish. So if they're going, somebody has to sound finished. So that's another thing they have to do, is within the pattern, the last pattern has to finish their part. Once children play this rondo and you keep adding little refinements to the work that they're doing in their episodes, then they can talk about it. Well, we decided to use this pattern, Sarah's pattern, twice. We decided to do this and that and the other. And that's good to have children talk about their process of arranging their pattern. Patterns come in same, similar, or different. And if any of the groups have not repeated a pattern, that might be the next task. They have to decide which pattern in their group of 4 that they will repeat and which one they will leave out. Conceptual learning on patterns, becoming more sophisticated in their improvising and composition and learning about the patterns. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time for Teacher Talk. Bye for now.